If you have spent any time in the coaster enthusiast community, you know that Orion is an extremely talked about, and enthusiasts have debated for 6 years whether or not this roller coaster is a giga or a hyper or not. Even the park themselves have joined in on the whole debate. Just the other day, they posted something, and it was like, "Is Orion a giga?" And they had their guests picking like yes or no off of a, I don't remember, I think it was a poll stand, whatever, had giga or not on it. Anyways, but today I wanted to talk about, does Orion really deserve the hate and what's the word? I guess the controversies, if you will, surrounding the coaster. So, to keep in mind, coasters that we're going to be mentioning today to be backing up my opinion: Fury 325 at Carowinds and Pantherian again at King's Dominion. Can't talk about a Giga Coaster without talking about my number one, Pantherian. Can't I just have to mention it all the time? Anyway, so to start, the definition of a Giga Coaster is, I wrote it down. It is a complete circuit roller coaster with a height, or keyword here, or a first drop of at least 300 foot, which Orion does have. Orion has a first drop of 300 foot, and though the lift hill itself, it's 287, but it's a terrain assisted lift hill. Terrain assisted first drop. That is what I am trying to say. So, even though technically the max height of the lift hill itself is 287 foot, the actual drop, which the part that matters here for Orion, is in fact 300 foot, making it a giga. Orion is a giga. It is not a hyper, it's not a mini hyper, it's not a mini giga. It is a giga, period. End of story. So, Orion, the ride itself. Orion is a Bollinger and Mabbard Giga Coaster. It is a Giga Coaster, 300 foot tall, reaches speed of 91 miles per hour. So, also, one thing that I did want to bring up with the whole debate, a lot of enthusiasts, when they talk about Orion not being a giga, they're like, oh, it's barely 300 foot. Pantherian is only 305 foot tall. It's also barely a giga, technically. If you really want to say, oh, well, Pantherian's a hyper too. Nobody goes around saying that. I've never heard a single person make that argument for Pantherian, so why for Orion? I think that people are only saying that Orion is not a giga because, okay, so let me clarify what I mean by this first. The Fury cult, what I mean by that. The fan club for that coaster, extremely, most of them are toxic, and it's like a freaking cult. Some of them are nice, some of them don't always talk about Fury, but then you have ones that are like, their freaking underwear matches Fury. I mean, good for you. Alright, whatever. I mean, I guess I can't really talk. I have everything related to Pantherian. I wear my Pantherian hoodie almost every day. I never go to any amusement park without this hoodie on anymore. Past 5 times I went to Carowinds, I wore this hoodie. I just can't go to Carowinds without my hoodie on. So, anyways, yeah, but you don't see the enthusiasts making the argument, oh, Pantherian's not a giga either. It's really only Orion they do it for. And it's only a 5 foot difference between Orion and Pantherian. Pantherian's better than Orion, by the way. But, Orion is better than Fury. Anyways, yeah. Orion has much better theming, better ride experience for me personally. I like Orion's ride experience more. The airtime on Orion is just, it's so smooth. Orion's really smooth compared. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I want to say, so my phone storage did just completely die while I was filming. Anyways, I did completely get my point across, though. Orion is, in fact, a Giga. Not only is it a Giga, but it is better than Fury 325. Pantherian's better than Fury 2. Pantherian is a king. Pantherian. I need to stop mentioning Pantherian so much, but I can't help it. Pantherian's the best roller coaster in the world. Anyways, so, okay, too long didn't read. You just skipped to the end. Orion and Fury's better than... Pardon me? No. Pantherian and Orion is better than Fury. I don't know why I just almost... What was I even trying to say? I don't know. Anyway, so... Once again with these awkward-ass endings, because I still have not figured out what the hell to say yet. Anyways, if you want to hear people yap about... People, myself. If you want to hear about me, I guess, yapping about coasters for a while, and Pantherian, because Pantherian gets mentioned every single day here. Anyways, yep. You can like, you can subscribe, do what you want, I don't care. Anyways,